Before Herbert Hoover became the 31st U.S. president, he was known around the world as the great humanitarian. But what exactly did he do to earn that title? Let's dive into the incredible story of the man who fed millions during the First World War. When war erupted across Europe in 1914, Herbert Hoover was a successful, self-made mining engineer living comfortably in London. But his life took a dramatic turn. As chaos spread, he was asked to help 120,000 American tourists stranded in Europe get home safely. He organized that passage with remarkable efficiency. But this was just the beginning of his new mission. His next challenge was monumental. Belgium was overrun by the German army, and its people were facing mass starvation. With neutrality as his shield, Hoover created the Commission for Relief in Belgium. He negotiated with both the Germans and the Allies, navigating a complex web of blockades and politics. Against all odds, his organization began delivering food and supplies to 9 million civilians trapped behind enemy lines. It was an unprecedented logistical feat, a private relief effort on the scale of a government. When the United States entered the war in 1917, President Woodrow Wilson knew exactly who to call. He appointed Hoover to lead the new U.S. Food Administration. Hoover's task was to manage the nation's food supply to feed the American army, support the Allies, and still prevent shortages at home. He didn't use rationing mandates. Instead, he appealed to Americans' sense of patriotism and volunteerism. His campaign slogans were simple and powerful. Food will win the war. Ankurached. Meatless Mondays. And Weedless Wednesdays, urging families to conserve staples like sugar, flour, and fats. He promoted victory gardens, asking citizens to grow their own vegetables to free up commercial produce for the war effort. The response was overwhelming. American food exports tripled, ensuring that soldiers and civilians in allied nations did not go hungry. Hoover's methods of voluntary conservation proved incredibly effective and became a model for public campaigns. After the armistice in 1918, the crisis was far from over. Europe was devastated, and the threat of famine loomed larger than ever. Hoover took charge of the American Relief Administration, expanding his operations to feed hundreds of millions across 20 nations, including even former enemies like Germany and Austria. His efforts were credited with preventing a catastrophic humanitarian disaster in the aftermath of the war. By the time he returned home, Herbert Hoover was celebrated as a global hero, a man whose ingenuity and compassion had saved countless lives. His pre-presidential career stands as one of the greatest humanitarian achievements of the 20th century. From engineer to humanitarian, Hoover's story is a powerful reminder of how one person's leadership can change the world. If you found this piece of history fascinating, please give this video a like and subscribe for more stories you might not know. Thanks for watching.